All right, let's do this Excel homework that's in Blackboard. Where are we? We're in coursework in week 3. Here is this Excel file where you want to upload it when you get it done. Do this homework, so just download this file, follow these directions, and then just upload it. So here's our Excel file again, looking at raising prices. Right, our price, the old price was 100. We raised it by 32 bucks. Quantity was the old price, 975, but when we raised prices, we lost against some buyers. So is this a good move or a bad move, right? We're going to figure out this, again, coefficient of demand elasticity. And again, I might as well write a note to myself here. If it's greater than 1, when we figure out this thing, basically our demand is elastic, if I can spell it. If it comes out less than 1, we're inelastic. And what we want to see is basically how this affects our total revenue. Is this a good move or a bad move? So we're going to figure out this demand elasticity. So again, this is the percent change in quantity divided by the percent change in price. And again, percent change is new minus old divided by old. So I'm going to do the first one for quantity here. So equal, I have to use the open paren here because I want to take new minus old, close my paren, and then divide by the old. So the new number is that new minus old, close my paren, divide by the old. And again, I'm just clicking on cells instead of typing these things out. You'll live a lot longer, make less mistakes, just clicking on cells and formula. When the formula is done, just hit your enter key. So here, a negative 8%, right? So, and again, it looks about right. It went down, right? My quantity sold went down by 8%. So again, I'm just going to copy this formula down because it should work. I right click and copy, click down here in E4. I'm just going to paste the first one, we'll do fine. Escape if you want to get rid of those squiggly lines. Just double click on this formula. If you copy a formula, again, double click and see if it's doing what you want to do, right? People make a lot of mistakes in jobs by copying, and it doesn't work exactly the way they think it should. So here, yeah, C4 minus B4 divided by B4, right? There's my percent change in price. So a 32% price increase gives just a negative 8% change in quantity. This is good, actually. But let's take a look. To figure out my coefficient of demand elasticity, I take my percent change in quantity divided by the percent change in price. Enter comes out as a negative 0.24. Again, this is, again, less than 1. It's inelastic, right? But here, I don't really want the negative numbers. I just want the absolute value. So it just makes it more confusing. So I'm just going to use a function in Excel. Again, I double click on that formula, E2 divided by E4. After the equal sign, I'm going to use the function ABS, open paren. Every function's got to have an open and closed paren. So here I want the absolute value of that number there, that formula, E2 divided by E4. So it comes out 0.24. Please put the absolute in. You know, once in a while you use it. Fun. So again, this is inelastic. This should be a good thing for our bottom line. People have to have our product. I can raise my prices without that big of a change in quantity. But let's take a look. Total revenue. Again, don't miss this one on the midterm. This is a multiple choice question. Total revenue is the quantity times the price. How much I sold of something times the price I sold it at. So 975 times, find my times here, 100, right? B2 times B4. I enter it in, and then I can just copy it over, right? And then, yeah, my total revenue went up, right, by a fair amount. I double click on there just to make sure it's correct. Yeah, C2 times C4. So let's see a scenario where something would be elastic. Look at, I spelled elastic wrong here. I am the worst. Fine. Let's say I raise my prices up $105 and my quantity went down drastically to 800. People just stopped buying it, right? There I can see my coefficient of demand elasticity is greater than 1. This is an elastic product. And then take a look at my total revenue, right? I was making $97,500, then boom, it dropped. The bottom fell out. I'm just making $84,000. So you can play around with these formulas. Again, these are the formulas you're going to have to use a little calculator on the test. So please make sure that you take your calculator out on the midterm. You can take your calculator out here and just, again, put in these formulas through a calculator instead of Excel, so to be prepared for the midterm. But any questions, ask me on Monday, and I will go over this for you. So send it in with these numbers, please, and I will check. Don't try to fake just don't try to type in negative 0.18%. I do look and see if the formulas work. Fine. Have a nice day.